Donald Trump is doubling down, by the way. He is getting more and more provocative by the day. Trump is now not only endorsing the Republicans who run against the squishes, he's now even endorsing some Democrats. Trump is endorsing Dan Goldman, who's running for Congress in New York. He says, lawyer Dan Goldman is running for Congress, New York's 10th. It's my great honor to strongly endorse him. I do this not because of the fact that he headed up the impeachment committee and lost, but because he was honorable, fair, and highly intelligent. While it was my honor to beat him, and beat him badly, Dan Goldman has a wonderful future ahead. He will be very compassionate and compromising to those within the Republican Party and will do everything possible to make sure they have a fair chance at winning against the radical left Democrats, who he knows are destroying our country. I would like to thank Dan for fighting so hard for America and for working so tirelessly to stop Trump. He was not easy to beat, but winning against him made me realize just how very talented I am. This is why he's going to be the nominee, guys. This is why I know there are other candidates. There are other candidates who are doing a good job in their current roles and who could very possibly do a good job as president. And who very possibly, at least in terms of public policy, maybe they could do a better job than Trump. I don't know. I'm not saying they could. I'm saying it's possible. You think about Ron DeSantis in Florida. You think about Ted Cruz. He's probably the leading Senate candidate for president. You've got DeSantis, for sure, the leading governor candidate for president. There are others too. But this guy, if this guy wants it, this guy's going to get it. Not only because he's leading 40 points in the polls, not only because the feds raided his house, galvanizing support for him on the right, but he's just so funny. He's so entertaining. And I think, not for us, the people who tune into this show are high information, very, very politically involved, interested people, okay? By definition, I'm not flattering you. If you're listening to this show, it means you're consuming political content. You're consuming it in a kind of nitty-gritty, fairly high-level way. That does not characterize most of the country. No knock on most of the country. Most of the country has other things to do. They're just not interested. They have other interests. And I think for most people, we're not tuning in to the latest, who did Liz Cheney beat this person, and did this, what did Steve Bannon say about this person? And for your regular guy who just tunes in every so often, Trump is freaking hilarious. He did a good job as president. He's got universal name recognition, and he keeps you entertained. And in every presidential contest, certainly in my lifetime, but going back much further, I think, the more charismatic, entertaining candidate won. Trump, obviously 2016, Obama 2012 and 2008, Bush 2004 and 2000. Oh my gosh, Bush was running against Thurston Howell III. Certainly much more entertaining. Clinton against Dole, Clinton against Bush the first, Reagan against Mondale and Carter, Reagan against Bush in the primaries, on and on and on. And Trump is that guy. It's not just Dan Goldman. I'm going to read the other one too. Trump just endorsed Carolyn Maloney. Carolyn Maloney is one of the leading Democrats in the House. She's been there for a long time. Trump says a vote for, I can't even get through it. A vote for Carolyn Maloney in New York 12 is a vote for the future. She is a kind and wonderful person who has always said terrific things about me and will support me no matter what I do, just as I supported her very early on. She begged for a check with no quid pro quo, and I gave it to her. In fact, I gave her many. On the other hand, Jerry Nadler is likewise a hard-driving man of the people whose energy and attention to detail is unlike anyone else in Congress. He is high energy, sharp, quick-witted, and bright. You can't go wrong with either, but Carolyn Maloney is the better man. She will lead our country into a very green and prosperous future. Carolyn has my complete and total endorsement. She will never let our conservative movement down. It's a work of art. And I will never forgive Jack Dorsey for kicking that man off of Twitter and depriving us of that for a year. Until he got Truth Social up, and now at least you can kind of see it when people repost it on Twitter. I will never, that is so funny. Because we know that Trump despises Carolyn Maloney, and especially Jerry Nadler. He's been brutal to Jerry Nadler. He calls him Fat Jerry. He's so mean to these people, and then he realizes if he endorses them, that's bad for them. And so he does it in this absolutely hilarious way. And that's that. The test, the real final test of Trump 2024 is going to be the midterm elections. It's why at least the people around him are urging him to wait until after the midterms to declare. I think probably that's what he's going to do. Liz Cheney's loss is a big win for Trump. Had Liz Cheney won, had Adam Kinzinger been able to even run for re-election, any of these people, if the anti-Trump House Republicans had won, Trump would be seriously weakened going into 2024. But they're almost all losing. So that is a big, big boost for Trump. And that's a big knock to the other Republicans, who many of whom are great people and would make great presidents, but that's a real knock to them who are seeking the highest office in the land, all these Republican politicians. Right now, go to goodranchers.com/Knowles. Regardless of what the Biden administration defines as a recession, Americans are worried. They're feeling it. Food and gas prices are higher than I've ever seen in my lifetime. That is why I am so grateful for my favorite meat delivery service, Good Ranchers. Good Ranchers offers an inflation-proof subscription model that lets you lock in your price the day you subscribe. I don't know how this works. I hope Good Ranchers can stay in business. This is such a good deal. You subscribe right now. You can either buy a box of meat, absolutely top quality meat, and you just buy a one-off box and you enjoy it. Or you can subscribe, and for the whole life of your subscription, it will never go up. Do it right now. This is the most insane deal I've ever seen. GoodRanchers.com/Knowles. Use code Knowles at checkout. You get $30 off plus free shipping. Lock in that price. Recession-proof your meals for life. Inflation-proof your meals for life. You'll be automatically entered to win 30 minutes, by the way, of all access with me on September 30th if you do that. This offer ends August 31st. We're calling it a meet and greet. Go to GoodRanchers.com/Knowles. Use code Knowles at checkout. I'm glad you liked that clip. Now, hold up. Yeah, we got 1 million subscribers. We have over 1 million subscribers now. That's great. It's not good enough. We got to keep pushing. We need 1 billion subscribers. We're only going to do that if you ring that bell right now. I'll see you next time.